Today we are going to be attempting to read for 24 hours straight. Will I die? Most likely, but will I enjoy myself? Hopefully. Hello my friends, welcome to a new video. Do you want to turn around and say hi? No? Okay. Today we are going to be attempting to read for 24 hours straight. Will I die? Most likely, but will I enjoy myself? Hopefully. I don't think I've filmed an actual 24-hour readathon for like a year. Honestly, since last summer probably, I think is the last time I ever did this, and you guys really liked it. And I think I need to make 24-hour readathons my new thing because I enjoy doing them, you guys like watching them, so I may try to make this a new thing on my channel and do it like monthly or something like that. I especially can't wait to do this one because I'm officially on my 2-week paid vacation from my full-time job, and this is the perfect way to kickstart my vacation. So I am really looking forward to this because I don't have any responsibilities on Monday and I can stay up as late as I freaking want to. Second reason why I'm super excited about this readathon is because my friend Lauren from Lauren Love Reads is actually doing this with me. We are going to be trying to keep each other awake talking about our books, which is really funny because we were trying to find a buddy read to read together and talk about, but she's reading Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, which I've already read and loved, and then I am going to be reading Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and she's already read that one. It's kind of like we're theorizing with each other. Very excited that I'm doing this with her. She's so sweet and I've loved getting to know her more this past year. If you guys aren't following her, seriously, subscribe to her channel. She's the best, and yeah, I love her so much. So at first I wanted to do like, let's read some holiday romance books together, but then I remembered I typically don't read romance, so I didn't want to throw you guys off with coming out with like a romance video because I feel like I can't give my like full opinion on it because I don't typically read romance, and so I feel like my reviews aren't going to be super accurate. So we're going to be reading some winter reads that I have actually recently picked up this year. I have pretty high hopes for this readathon that I will be able to do well because I'm really motivated today, but we'll see how it goes. I have 4 books on my TBR that we're going to talk about, starting with this giant 600-page graphic novel called Blankets, which may not be a smart move, but I figured I could read like half of this and then listen to an audiobook and then come back to it, and just something to visually break up words on a page. Hopefully this will be a good cozy winter book, but I do know it is adult. I don't know anything about this other than it's a coming-of-age story, and I think it's a romance. So I'm really going into this one blind. I'm not sure if that's the smart thing to do or not, but I love a good graphic novel. I've heard people get emotional with this one, and it can be very relatable at times. It's all black and white on the inside, and I actually really like that. I really like simple graphic novels. I like color too, but something about this aesthetic fits the perfect winter theme and the perfect winter mood. Then we do have the one holiday romance I'm going to try to make my way through physically. I haven't been able to get a hold of the audiobook on this one with any of the subscriptions that I use, so I'm going to try to find it somewhere to make things easier on myself because this is like exactly 400 pages, but I feel like with contemporary or romance you can usually fly through it pretty quickly physically. I don't know much about it other than it's a sad romance, which I love. There's too many of these like happy cheesy romances out there, and I'm really hoping to get some type of emotional reaction with this book to be able to film it. Of course I had to throw in a thriller because every readathon needs a graphic novel and a thriller because those are super fast paced for me. I have heard this one is super good. I know a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't, but I love Alice Feeney, so I think I'm gonna like this one, and it's extremely short. It's like not even 300 pages. I have the audiobook, but the only thing I know about it is this couple is going on a retreat to try to mend their marriage, and they're not who they say each other are, and I don't know what to expect from this. It's Alice Feeney, so you kind of just have to enjoy the ride. And I was trying to pick up another like really cozy winter mystery, but I didn't know if I should pick up middle grade or another thriller, another romance. I don't know, but I saw Winter House on my shelf and I felt like this was the perfect cozy rainy day mystery because it's really, really overcast this weekend, but I do know it has to do with like a magical library possibly and an orphan as our main character. I don't know if I'm going to get to this one or not. These other three are more of a priority for me at the moment. I also have the Santa suit on my list because this is a 5-hour audiobook and it sounds really, really cute. It is one that's been on my TBR at the top of my list for this month, so I would really like to knock that one out if I can. Winter House and the Santa suit are gonna be kind of like on the back burner for me because I do want to read these other ones. We'll see what I'm feeling. I am a mood reader. Another reason that I wanted to do this readathon now is because I have only 6 books to reach my 85 book goal for Goodreads for the year, and I am so close. I think that's it for now. We are going to go ahead and just start reading. I believe it is currently, yeah, it's currently 5 o'clock. I have a little bit of cleaning up to do. I would like to make some dinner before I get started, just so I'm ready to go and don't have to take a break and stop. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, make some dinner, and we'll see about what time it is once I actually get going. So let's start reading. I am so excited to actually read for once. It feels like it's been ages.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a wreck. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow.
So I finished my first book, which is good, but unfortunately it is 12:30 and I did not think it was going to take me from 7:30 to 12:30 to finish just a 600-page graphic novel. So yes, I've already tapped into my energy drink for the night, which is Bang, and it's the peach mango flavor. Honestly, it's actually pretty good. I was surprised. It's not too sweet. I'm hoping to make it till 2. I'm really starting to feel it already. So sorry if I look a bit crazed or dazed. To be honest, I don't even know what time it feels like right now. I feel like I'm already slowly losing it. Lauren is still awake, which I am proud of her because she's a mom and she's still awake. She is an hour behind me, so it's 11:30 there, but I'm surprised that she is still awake. She also got an energy drink, so we've just been chatting a little bit. But I did want to talk about this because it's not at all what I thought it was gonna be. Like, way far from it. And I don't know if it's just because I kind of went into this one blind and I saw on the front there's like a man and a woman, so I was like, oh, it's probably a romance. I don't think I'm actually gonna rate this. It's really hard for me to rate graphic novels as it is because they're just such a different medium than anything else, and so not gonna technically be giving this a star rating. We have our main character that is actually a conservative Christian, grows up in a Christian home, and a lot of these truths I grew up with, and so this was super relatable. But unfortunately, in the end, there was just no hope. And I don't want to spoil this for those of you who are going to end up reading this, but I was just really disappointed at the ending. A huge letdown. I started feeling an emotional connection a little bit about halfway through, and then I just kind of slowly lost it, and I don't know. It was disappointing because one, I didn't realize it was like a memoir, which was super cool because it gave me a little bit more insight into why this was written the way it was written, because at first I was like, whoa, this is not what I was expecting at all. There was a lot of biblical themes and scripture just kind of thrown at you here and there, and it just, with the graphic novel and the way the format was, it felt really preachy. This is really, really deep and hard-hitting, so don't go into this treading lightly. And it's definitely more adult than I thought it was going to be. Just definitely be aware this is not young adult. This is pretty much adult, and there's a lot of theology, a lot of biblical themes just kind of thrown at you constantly, and so if that is not your thing, you may want to like pass this one up. But it was overall super interesting. I had a lot of highs and lows with it. One of the aspects that I really, really liked is the girl that our main character is dating. She actually has 2 autistic siblings, which I thought was really, really sweet in the way she handles them and takes care of them. The humor with them was great, and I felt like it was really, really good representation. Also loved that this was set in Michigan and Wisconsin, places that I'm familiar with being from the Midwest, so I really could relate to the atmosphere of just all of the snow and the coldness that comes with it. There's a part in this where the couple is just laying out in the middle of nowhere in the woods in the snow making snow angels, and the way it was portrayed, the imagery, it was just so well done, and I loved getting that cold feeling of just being able to hear and smell a fresh snow. Was just this was so good, and honestly really reminded me of being back home in Chicago, and I wish it snowed where I live now. I also don't know if I could recommend it because I can see this book not being for everyone. So now that I've officially completed 581 pages of this, I think I'm going to go ahead and start on one of these 2, and I'm not sure which. I don't have the audiobook for this one, but it would be good to start reading it because this is my one physical book, and then this is really, really short, and I do have the audiobook for it, so I will think on it for a couple more minutes. But I think right now I'm just going to drink some more energy drink. I might pop some popcorn because I'm kind of getting hungry. And then I also have this really cool peppermint face mask from Trader Joe's that I really want to try before I hop in the shower. So we're going to try all of that, try to wind down a little bit, relax a little bit, get some snacks, some drinks, and hopefully keep going and not get too relaxed. My goal is to stay up until 2 a.m., which is honestly only like another hour and a half. I can feel myself slowly just going into the black hole that is the abyss of just wanting to go to sleep. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but I will check in one more time, at least before I hit the hay. If I look like a hot mess, it's because I feel like a hot mess. I made it until 2:45, around 3 o'clock last night. I was laying in bed listening to this. I did not get very far into it, unfortunately. I was trying to get halfway through a second book last night, but I just couldn't do it, and my body hurts today. I woke up at 8:30. Got myself ready because whenever I get ready, like put makeup on, stuff like that, I just feel more awake and ready to go. I got ready and then I made some breakfast. Obviously I got some coffee stat, as you could see, giant glass of coffee. I also have my energy drink left over. We're feeling good. My shoulders are sore, my eyes are burning, but we're gonna keep going. So I figured I'd give you a little bit of an update on this. And I love it so far. Like, I'm really liking it. It's really interesting how, I forget what the term is, but the husband actually cannot recognize faces. Prosopagnosia, where he cannot recognize faces at all, and so sometimes he doesn't even recognize his wife. Like, he can't identify people, I guess, which I didn't even know was a real thing. So I'm definitely going to be doing some more research on that because that is very intriguing. I know it's going to have something to do with the plot or the twist in this book, and I just don't know what. So I'm super excited, and the wife keeps saying things about, like, I don't know who you are, in a way. Also, the husband is actually a film director or screenwriter. I think he's a screenwriter, and I know that has something to do with it somehow, but I'm just sitting here theorizing, not knowing where in the world this is gonna go because it's Alice Feeney. You never know. I really, really hope I like this one though, because I know a lot of people are iffy on it, but really loving the creepy vibes in this one for sure. I didn't get creeped out with her other ones. They weren't quite as, they didn't put you on edge quite as much, but this one is kind of like, ooh, that was creepy. That made me feel uncomfortable. So I'm really liking the aspect to this one. That's a little bit different from her other books that I've read. Come visit me. Come on. You want to visit and talk about this book? Oh, here he comes. Yeah? You gonna say hi? He's being very clingy the past couple days and I don't know why. According to my math, if I'm correct, this is 10 hours and rock, paper, scissors is 10 hours. I may barely be scraping by with finishing these books, but I'm super close and I really do want to read this one and finish it for you guys, so maybe I'll go past like the mark a little bit and try to get this finished so I can give you guys my thoughts. But oh my goodness, this cat, he's cracking me up. He feels like I do. He just wants to curl up and take a nap, but we're not gonna do that. I think I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I figured that while I listen to these to stay engaged, we could color or do a puzzle. So I have this Christmas coloring book, which is perfect for this season, and I also have this really cute Hugo one, and these are more like simple kind of coloring bookish sheets, and there's 2 of each of them, which is super cool, but this is a little bit more simple. And then I also have this holiday puzzle that I really want to start. So it's always intimidating starting a new puzzle, but I really want to be able to complete this one in the next couple weeks before the new year, so we shall see what happens. That's me. That's where we're at right now. We're just gonna keep reading, and it's starting to rain outside, so perfect cozy weather. And yeah, I will check in with you guys later at some point, and hopefully I'll have made some progress by then. Hello. We are barely alive right now, barely making it. I'm not gonna lie, I am so tired. I was working on that puzzle and I just hit a wall of like, I just laid back and put my head back, just staring at the ceiling, wondering why in the world I did this to myself, because I have almost hit the wall. I did want to say that I'm actually really enjoying the Santa suit, and I have an hour of the audiobook left, which is like 30 minutes for me on 2x speed, so planning to finish this as I eat. And then I still have half of rock, paper, scissors left, and I have an hour and a half left of my readathon, or technically 2 hours left. So I am gonna finish rock, paper, scissors, even though it's a little bit past my 24-hour mark. And then I will follow up with you guys and give you like a recap of everything that I read, because I do really want to finish that book. I really like it so far. It's super intriguing, and you can tell there's like more hints being dropped, but I don't know who to trust. Like if I trust the husband, the wife, if I don't trust anyone. And the Santa suit is actually so cute. I think it takes place in South Carolina or North Carolina, which is super relatable because that's where I live. And I love the small town local feel of these really sweet people in this town that our main character Josie moves to. I actually really love these characters, and I wish this book wasn't so short because I love the friend dynamic. I love everything about this book so far, honestly. The only thing I've disliked is the first kiss between our romantic, interest relationship. It was a little bit sudden and awkward, and it caught me off guard. I was like, wait a second. It wasn't super insta-lovey, but I feel like if there had been more of a build-up, would have been a little bit more believable, but I think that's just my personal preference because I don't usually read romance, and so it felt a little insta-lovey to me. But that could be because it's the length of the book and it is shorter. So I love the historical aspect of this as well, when she finds the note in the Santa suit and she kind of goes on this hunt in the town to figure out who wrote this note to Santa about asking to bring her dad home from the war. And I don't know, it's a little bit of a mystery and it's intriguing. So it's kind of like a cozy mystery local town feel, which I'm actually really enjoying. We'll see how it ends though, because that can usually make or break books for me. I'm gonna grab some dinner, I'm gonna keep reading, and when you see me next, I will probably be giving you a full update of my reading. I made it through the 24-hour readathon! Yay! I'm so glad kind of that this is over. 24 hours is so stressful. Let me tell you, 24 hours is nuts to try to read during, like filming, reading, trying to figure out an extra activity like a puzzle to keep you engaged. Anyways, what I came here to say was to let you guys know how I did overall. So obviously you know that I read this 600-page graphic novel, and it was like a 2.5 or 3 if I'm being completely honest. But overall I just wasn't a huge fan of like the message in the ending. So yeah, didn't really love this one, but I'm glad I read it. And then I'm pretty sure I mentioned how I could not find the audiobook for this anywhere, and I thought I researched it well enough to be able to get a hold of an audiobook somewhere, and then I was like, you know what, it's getting so late in this readathon anyways. I didn't start it soon enough, so unfortunately I did not read this, but I am going to be picking this up at some point today because I do still really want to read it. So instead of this one, I did read The Santa Suit, which I ended up giving like 4.5 stars. I loved this book. I thought it was so cute. The main character was adorable. Loved the local like small town feel. I know I already gave you guys my thoughts on it, but overall I would definitely give it like a 4 out of 5 because I didn't have any issues with it. It was fun. It was short. It was really sweet, but I feel like it's a really good one for this time of year if you're just looking for something short or something quick. And then I actually stayed up last night until 11 o'clock, which I know was 4 hours past, 3.5 hours past my 24-hour original mark, but I had to know what happened. I had to stay up late as much as my eyes were burning and as much as I did not want to stay up any longer. I had to know what happened. As you can tell, I loved this book. It was like almost a 5 out of 5. It was like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I did catch on pretty early a little bit what was happening, but it's one of those books where it's like, okay, I was predicting that, and then another plot twist and another plot twist that you didn't actually see coming, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good, and I thought the atmosphere was so well done. This gave me those really creepy, like isolated vibes that I really, really enjoyed. I thought that having a main character that has a disorder with like a facial recognition was a super unique idea for a thriller. I didn't even know it existed, and I thought this was just really, really good. Well, I think that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much to Lauren for joining me on this adventure of a 24-hour readathon. She had not done one before, and I'm pretty proud of how well we did. You know, I got 3 books read, which means I only have 3 books left to complete my Goodreads goal this year, so we're getting a lot closer than we were. Before you leave, I love to know if people have watched my video all the way through, so leave me a moon emoji in the comments because I stayed up late. If you guys would really like to see another video like this, I love 24-hour readathons. There's just something about like the thrill of staying up late and just reading some really good books. So if you guys watched, leave me an emoji, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for your support as always, and I will see you in my next video.